have to.
Okay, I guess we have to.
We all have
We
to
have to
talk to
what?
Yen at the same time.
Yen.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking the loudest.
Everyone dogpile on Yen.
No.
He's so small. You'll see
No.
him.
I got
We'll crush it.
Jesus.
All about those ears.
All right. Are we ready to begin then? I guess.
Yeah, let me just pull up freaking row 20.
If I don't die first.
I believe in you. And your capability of not dying.
I don't.
It's those pointy ears. They'll keep you alive.
You will.
Wow.
Yeah.
I will now roll a tackle
Just
check.
take more Jello shots, and then you won't even care.
Yeah.
And then put the
Quite
shot
heavy.
cups.
Yeah,
on
the
ears.
Mace of Unwieldy.
Well, no. Okay. So I
The
should
Mace of
explain.
Unwieldy
I
weight.
was having s'mores while I made the Jello shots.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I had the s'mores
S'mores.
first while I was
Adjacent.
making. Yeah.
I have to
Jello
go
shot.
pick up some
So-
snacks.
I thought it was a weird combination, like s'mores and Jello shots at
The
the same
palate
time.
flavor.
Yeah. No. I was having
Hey,
the s'mores first.
You know what would be an even better combination? S'mores and
S'mores
body
and-
shots.
Eh.
No.
The s'mores
That
and
sounds like a
co-
lot of sticky that is just unnecessary.
How
yeah.
about s'mores and coffee liqueur?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
That
That
works
sounds
better.
bomb.com.
You could even.
Do not
if you want to
endorse
be fancy,
fun.com, whatever that
You
site
can-
may be.
You can put like a little gap in the marshmallow, add the
Mm.
liqueur, then
Yeah.
make it into a s'more, and then it's like a bomb,
Either coffee
Wait,
liqueur
no.
or
a
Kahlua.
liqueur bomb.
You know those little
This just gonna
liqueur-filled
sounds like it's
coffees?
not RP.
You just
Damn
use
it.
that for your chocolates. You just use that for your chocolate.
Hey, this is RP for Azor.
Anything
When the
involving
people talk about
booze
Jello
is
shots.
RP for
Hey,
Azor.
man. Azor is an alcoholic, and we need to embrace
Not as
it.
bad as Illithil.
No, we need to have an intervention because he's gonna kill his human liver.
I got
true.
this.
No, that's what I'm here for.
Forget the bowl. Azor's
Regeneration.
greatest enemy is booze.
The question is, when do we have regeneration, and how can we save Azor from destroying his liver?
We just
I'm gonna tell you something. Regeneration is a 7th level spell.
Yep, so
That's
he's gonna
okay.
be fucked before
I'll
that.
just use second wind every time I drink.
Anyway. So Dazir, remember you said you were gonna ask Ellie.
Right.
About the whole
Shall we
time.
begin?
Yeah,
think
yeah,
we're
let's
waiting
begin.
for Joe.
No,
I
Joe's
mean,
here.
I'm here.
Oh, I thought
Gotta
you
be
said.
quiet.
Yeah,
I
we're
thought
supposed to
I thought
interact.
someone said be right back.
No.
Nah.
We don't
I said
need to
I
wait
might-
on
I
Joe,
might
really.
go Later.
We
yeah,
really
I said
don't.
I might.
And what if I wanted to wait on Joe?
Yeah, you're gonna talk to a
Hey,
God of
Joe.
the
Let's talk to
universe.
God.
How's your day been so far?
That should have been asked
Good
earlier.
answer.
Pain, meds, drinking liquid is all I could do.
Not Joe. I don't want to
Not
talk
Joe.
to you.
No, that's Joe right now.
No, yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's Joe.
Drugs and hydration. That's about all he can manage.
Alright. So, question for Joe before we begin. Are we continuing from the moment we ended last session, or is this
Yeah.
like the morning next
days.
day?
This would be, I think, at the end of the session.
Yeah.
Joe?
Like
Uh,
we
I'm
finished
thinking-
skinny.
Now Joe really died.
Maybe this is one of the days where we just did nothing. Just nothing happened.
That's the question.
Whatever.
So, Joe,
We're getting like
Yes.
6
are we
days where
continuing
nothing
from
happens.
last session, or is it like the morning of the next day?
Or is it like one of the days before?
I would say it's directly after the last session. It was only like mid afternoon.
Alright,
Yeah, okay.
so at
Wait,
this point,
so
I would say.
what happened at the end of that session? I forgot again.
Wyvern!
Give us a recap. Give us a recap.
Oh, that's right. Got it.
We got attacked by the wyverns, and then
Wyvernins.
Okay,
We destroyed a flying dragon-shaped ship.
And then there's a giant sandworm.
wow, we are completely out of order of those events.
We went backwards.
Yeah.
No, you went You went
No,
wyverns.
no.
You went last event, first event, second event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's the only way I understand.
fake dragon, fake flying dragon ship. Well, it actually flew, but it was a fake dragon. Full of bandits. We beat the ever living hell out of them, stole their armor, blew up their ship, and sent it crashing to the ground.
Banditos.
Then we got attacked by a flying dragon worm. Nala stood on its face and hit it in the face with a cleaver.
And I tidal waved it off the ship.
Then we got attacked by 9 sand wyverns. We
Yeah,
killed
we
them,
go.
skinned
Next
them, took
Dragon
their
Ball.
stingers, and
and
then
their venom.
Now we're here.
and now we're here,
So at this
mid-afternoon.
point, I would have told my ship mates to kind of sort of tell everybody that it's about lunchtime. I would have set up my second in command to pilot the ship while we were, all
Are we
going
gonna
to
cook the
lunch.
wyvern meat?
I
mean, you could.
I would have sent a crew member to each one of the party members at some point just to tell them to, I guess, meet us all down at the.
I thought I heard eat the party member. I'm like, wait, what?
Yes, we will be starting with the elegant dish of Ellie,
Mm.
Yeah, you will
and
get
then for
sad.
the main course of Nala, and just to finish it off, a little bit of elf tips for dessert. No, so I would have told everybody to go, tell the party members to meet me in the mess hall for lunch.
Yeah.
All right.
What?
First, I was gonna put away the freaking poison that we have now and put it in where we have all the work tables and shit like that.
You can do.
Yeah, because we don't want that shit rolling around and breaking on the floor. That shit is.
No. Let's
Either
just have
way.
it let's just drink it for lunch.
I would be waiting for everybody in.
Okay, Azor,
mess hall.
here's your first bottle then. Let's see how your lover lives with that.
To the cook, I'm gonna hand over an entire skinned wyvern corpse.
Hand it. You mean drag it.
Okay.
No, I could probably carry it.
No, it's unwieldy as all fuck. Remember, they're too big to carry it. Like, oh hey, look, I can lift it. You're dragging its body. It's going to
If
be.
you're
lit.
wondering, a wyvern is considered a huge creature. Or no.
It's a large dragon.
No, not large dragon. Upper tier large. So like the highest version of large.
So
I
yeah,
still believe I could lift it.
you can lift its body,
You
but
can lift it, but the
you're
rest
still
of it
dragging-
is still around.
yeah, you're still dragging along the freaking limbs around.
Either
Frickin'
way,
All right.
I am handing over an intact sans hide and stinger wyvern corpse to the cook.
And venom sac. Don't forget venom sac.
Oh yeah, and venom sac. No venom
Alright.
sac. That's all.
So we're at the
All the
dinner table.
dangerous and useful bits have already been removed.
All right. So are we waiting for Dawes to finish gathering us up, or are we? At
I'm
the
in
dinner
I'm in
table?
the room, so whenever you guys.
All right.
Literally, you guys
Yeah,
just
I'll
say,
do it.
"Hey,
Oh.
we're all in the food."
I'll walk in, say what's up.
Ali comes back from the cargo hold to the freaking table.
Hello.
How's it going? Did you see Kalen up there, or
Yeah,
I'm not-
no.
how about Yen?
Don't know where he went.
Strange.
Did you see him now?
Do we ever know where Yen is?
Hey Zora, what do your elf eyes see?
Well,
guess
my
true.
human weird eyes. See,
He's not even a
see
half
everything.
elf.
He has the true sight though.
If you have the ring of truth set on, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'd be invisible sitting at the table.
He's somewhere. He's somewhere. I think we should start eating.
And he just looks at us like, is he invisible?
You just probably see some like food just being pulled into the
Disappearing.
air. Yeah.
Disappearing into nothing. It's like,
Yes, he tries to eat an entire wyvern leg.
Oh God.
At this point, I would have sat down and kind of given a big sigh. And like, well, this was one hell of a day.
9 wyverns, right?
9
Yeah.
wyverns. I can't even count the amount of bandits and whatever the hell that giant thing was.
Well, luckily those are all on separate days.
Yeah, if that was one day, that'd be the worst.
It's been a hell of a week so far. I mean, we.
what hell of a
Yeah.
week?
we've been traveling with each other for quite some time now. And honestly, you know what? I feel like there's things that need to be said that haven't been said yet. I look over at the group. I skim over Yen because I have no idea he's there.
You don't know where the
I
fuck he
skim
is.
over Yen because I
So,
can't fucking see him.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't have a family. Or at least not that I'm aware of. I was
Oh.
orphaned when I was young, and the captain, who you all met, he took me under his wing. He taught me a lot. He taught me the value of not trusting anyone. And that's how I started with you guys. But you know what? We've been through a ridiculous amount of, I'll call this adventure. We've potentially started the end of the world.
Oh
But
no,
hopefully
no,
we
that
can
thing was
see
gonna
that.
start without our help.
And if memory serves right, we're currently on a mission to stop it.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
I don't want to be a hired hand anymore. I don't want to think of you guys as colleagues. I mean, if I'm going to die, I don't want to die thinking that I was alone my entire life. I want you guys to know that whatever we consider ourselves, I consider you all family. And I know a few of us have had some scrapes, but I'm just trying to say that of all the people on this stupid world, I trust you all the most. I mean, Kaylin, you are selfless. If I'm gonna die, I know that you'd be the one helping me come back. Yen, I am
Don't
I'm
know
gonna
you.
pretend you're there.
At least just like laughing a bit at that.
I'm sorry. You know, I was a little bit too impulsive when it comes to your ears. I'm ignorant in that matter. And I hope that at some point we can mend that fence. Azor, I'm really glad that the sending stone I gave you was able to assist in your reconnection with your friend. Hopefully we can see where that goes. Ellie, I mean, should I call you princess? I'm not really good with the whole noble thing. Royalties
No. I'm not that high.
Nala face palms at that.
I'm a low tier noble at best.
Well,
It's just call me Ellie. I really hate formalities. If the arguing with my parents has indicated anything.
fair enough. Well, Ellie, thank you. Thank you for asking me to join this little group, and thank you for the poison you offered to give me later.
Oh, don't
Nala.
worry. Still have to
You-
fix up that things.
Fair enough. Nala. You. Oh, you. You are rough. You are. But I know you have a soft side, and maybe one day I'll see it. And as we all saw, Icarus is now no longer with us. We had to drop him off at the nearest pier. Cough, cough, whatever. Maybe we'll see him again one day. At least I hope so. Never really got close to him, but
He was
That
very
doesn't-
quiet.
doesn't mean, that respect and trust wasn't there. As far as Mrs. Wolf, I don't know you yet. I can't really say that I fully trust you yet. These guys have bled with me. We've bled for each other. And maybe in the future we'll see where that leads with you. I'm not saying I'm not open to it. But for now, I'll keep my opinion reserved. So I know this is all new to all of us, really. I mean, we barely know each other, but I just feel after everything we've been through, it's kind of been overdue. And I just want to thank you all for being who you are, for being with me on this journey. And hopefully we can stay with each other for a bit longer.
Well said.
Indeed.
I never really had much of a family other than my friends, and then he went missing, and so it was kind of that family or friends for a while, and then I'm with you guys, and it feels nice to be with people that I know, people that I'd like to know better again. It's a nice change.
It is.
I mean, I'll be right out saying I almost didn't want to trust Dazriel or Azor right off the bat because I grew up in a city of humans who absolutely hated me. I spent most of my young life either fighting or stealing or doing whatever I had to survive. I never even had a home, much less a family.
To be completely honest, I was ignorant to this whole racist dragon thing. Until I found out about this Unity Wall being built by the dragons, I didn't really understand what all the hate was about. But I understand, and it's crazy. But I'll say I speak for myself when I say you can count on my support.
That much has already been shown.
It's good to be rather than alone in our own little worlds that we seem to be slowly breaking into an actual fold of thing. Let's
Who
hope.
knows? Yeah,
Hello?
If only Yen were actually here. I actually have something I need to give him.
I'm gonna toss like a pea or something at Yen.
You see it bounce off.
Bounce off, yeah.
I figured you were there.
You toss a what?
A pea.
Pete.
A
A
pea.
P.
Oh, I was like,
It just
I was
unzips.
thinking, no, I
Literally
was,
just toss a penis at him.
I was thinking the letter P, and I was like, what? Why is he throwing me the letter P?
Today's episode is brought to you by the letter P.
Yeah. Just he pulls up one of the dialogue letters from his above his head and just throws it at him. Just freaking Deadpool style.
Yeah, Kaylin will pass the bottle down the line. And just
Oh,
say,
Ellie's gonna freaking get a glass to drink. That's for sure.
Same
She
with
says
Nala.
thanks.
So where is everyone from, really? I know, Oswald, you traveled around. Nala and Ellie, you're from Unity, but what about
Yes.
you, Yen? What about everyone else?
I think he grew up as that Phoenix.
No,
The Phoenix.
I had a family, and then I left. I left for a reason. I left.
it's my story. It's my story as well.
Do you ever plan on going back?
If the world doesn't end, maybe, hopefully. Or I don't die first.
Do they know you're all right?
I haven't seen them in about, 4 or 5 years.
How?
I mean, I have a sending stone if you ever want to send them a message.
I know, you gave it to me. I have one.
Yeah, so if you ever want to send them a message.
I know. Maybe one day.
All right. You, Kaylin?
I checked in every now and then, being from the Glade Arbor. Wasn't too far from Veneer, but I don't know, never had much connection to family. So I'm excited to start building my own.
Mm.
You already seen what my family is like, so let's just leave that one dead in the grave, 5 feet under.
And, Azor, what? You didn't actually tell us what happened when you reached out to your friend.
So apparently he's in Unity. Can't really see me right now for some reason, but he was happy to hear from me. No, I don't know why he can't see me, but I told him I'm leaving soon, but I'll stop by again and try to see if I can get in touch with him again.
For
In
sure,
person.
yeah. I
And
mean,
thank you for the sending stone. I actually never would have thought of that idea.
to be completely honest, I didn't think of it at first either. But I mean, I couldn't, in all honesty, continue this, I guess, adventure without at least thanking the old captain. I mean, he's done more than I could have ever asked him to do.
Mhm.
I mean, I would have never thought I'd own this ship one day. It's crazy. I mean, Well, if
His
you're all
country-
curious, he actually does say hello. He's not exactly enjoying retirement, but of course, he's not really one I expected to. slow down in his old age. He told me he was up to something, but he didn't really want to explain. I don't know.
That is
I guess-
rather strange.
I guess at this point, now that he actually has time to be off the ship, he's handling loose ends. I don't know. I just wish, him well and good health.
He does seem a respectful sort.
Yeah, I wouldn't say respectful is the word, but he cares.
Respectful is the wrong word then. That he cares about his crew enough that they will follow him to hell and back.
He's
So
definitely
I'm
loyal.
gonna do one that you've been doing for me for like the past 3 years. He's respectable.
Hey,
Yeah.
I actually thought of a word for you for once.
he's loyal.
Hey,
So
we're
slow isn't
slipping the
completely
time.
useless.
Finally.
Shut up.
I mean, it has to take with freaking all the pain pills and freaking surgery for him to freaking work.
I am
So-
very high right now.
I think
Awesome.
it needs to be said too.
It's activated his freaking vocabulary dictionary in his head. Probably that's the only way to engage it.
So I know what I want. What I want is adventure. What I found was adventure. What I want is the world to not end. I would assume that's what we all want.
An adventure to not hopefully be the last. That's for sure.
That was kind of like my dream. Just me and my friend would go become adventurers one day. Now we have.
You're halfway there.
Just gotta save the world, though.
Must resist singing that song.
So what's the plan? Like, I've been
Well,
Mulling
my
it over.
plan starts with first not eating any more of this terrible wyvern meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why you're eating that. That's
I thought it might taste exotic.
It doesn't. It tastes
It-
too.
Isn't that kind of like
tastes,
cannibalism?
No.
Different
You
species.
would eating a monkey be considered cannibalism for you?
Maybe, depending on how far
Potentially.
back you go.
My point exactly.
Do we know what evolution is the question.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah,
It's a
Uh,
general
uh.
realm of science.
Not so much, technically speaking, wyverns aren't even evolutionary ancestors of dragons, so
No,
there's
they're
no
not.
actual relation.
Wyverns are lizards.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's the plan? What are we doing here? I know that Phoenix thing. Yeah, and I don't really know what it was. I think it was a Phoenix.
D.
The Phoenix.
The
D
Phoenix.
title.
It
Mulder,
told
yeah.
us we had to
Find the Seekers.
find the Seekers, right? So one of the Seekers is the Lord of Steel.
Or
Yes.
someone closely tied to that.
No, one of the Seekers is the Lord of Steel.
Huh.
Okay.
Someone
That's
wasn't
going.
paying
Do
attention.
we know anything about the other Seekers yet?
And the Phoenix is
We think-
Mulgra is the
yeah.
other, is the other one.
Mulder's the
We
other
also
one.
have the prismatic mage we had to get, and that was in a book that we also found about.
I don't think we actually talked about the book.
Oh right, no,
Yeah, I don't think we talked about our time seeing the.
no. I think we said, oh, we just explained what we read in a book. We just said it like that, not like a going forth.
Right. So how about we go into that now, considering Kaylin has made us this wonderful spread. I choose this over the wyvern meat any day.
So there's a
I-
secret for all of us, apparently, right?
Apparently.
Yes.
Okay.
And nobody knows where they really are.
Nope, we have to find them.
Well, you
That's
found
fair.
yours, technically.
Technically, mine found me, but it's a
Oh,
different story.
that's typically
Oh.
how it's supposed to work, is that they find
I think
us,
it
but
would-
we're also supposed to find them, so it's kind of a
well,
Marco
it's in-
Polo,
it's-
but no one's
tec-
actually Polo.
Technically, we're supposed to find them. They just have to find our items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
So Kaylin's gonna kind of like raise her hand and just be like, well, I mean, I know where a couple might be.
Oh, what?
Wait,
Joe might need to fill in some pieces because my notes are shit.
Cough, cough, cough.
But yeah, I know the Lord of Steel. I sort of knew of. and then the one in the Isles, and then there's another in the south.
Another in the south.
The south? Where in the south?
Can we go into this further, Joe? Joe-san?
I'm from the south.
In a remote mountain somewhere in the south.
History check.
Joe-san? Joe-sama?
I have prismatic
I think he
Joe
fell
Senpai.
asleep.
age.
Hey,
Giant
Josefino.
Islands? Question mark.
Oh yes.
He's muted. He fell asleep.
In the books that we found, they were written in Inferno, and me and Nala were able to read through that and found out that the Mage City is and will be where the prismatic mage was last seen in recorded history.
And that's over there?
That's
No,
under
no,
a
over here.
giant fog or acid fog that.
Think
We're
volcano
currently-
mage. Volcano
And where-
mage.
Isn't that where the dragons are? The Dragonborn?
No, they're on the
Yeah.
opposite side. They're over
Oh, so that's where
here.
the dragons are. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. You got them switch
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah.
Okay, so
This has happened multiple times already.
Indeed.
so we know we're assuming that Nala's is the steel dude. The
Where's
one
Steel?
south. Do we have any idea or any information on the guy that's to the south? Do we think it could be Azor's since he lives south, or
I have.
That's a
no
loose connection at best.
That is very loose.
Yeah.
Too loose to even make the connection.
Joe? You want to fill in the blanks that
Got
Dylan
it.
had?
Yeah.
Okay, so what were the blanks? Because I
All of it,
knows
just
it.
all of it, just all of it. Just-
Yeah, so you just gave me a very, very, very brief overview, and then I took real shit notes. So I just have Lord of Steel, prismatic mages,
Mage.
islands question mark, south, remote mountain.
She's talking
For
about
the
Seekers.
Seekers.
You gave her info on Seekers.
Yeah. But I never got an
Okay.
actual write up or anything. It was just a couple of
So the islands that you were thinking of were not to the south. The
brief. No,
mountain.
I knew that.
Okay. You just said the south.
I said south mountain. Like,
A southern mountain.
yes.
Okay, she
Okay.
means the
That's
mage
correct,
is
yes.
on the islands, the mountain is in
Yep.
the south, the Lord of Steel has his own mention, but nothing else about him.
hmm
And that's why we went to the royal family.
Well, yeah.
Quote unquote royal family.
That's
Yeah,
also why we met Tarth.
By the way, it's not royal, it's imperial.
Yeah, Imperial. Fucking.
Yeah. So do we have any more info on the Seekers that she was talking about?
Yeah, I did a history check.
Yeah,
on
I would
mine.
be like just spewing out this information.
Like, blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I
I
just
had.
vomit all over.
I did a
it.
history check for the mountain in the south.
I'm
Um,
going.
yeah, you got nothing. All you know is that there are a couple.
I'm gonna roll
mountains in the
history
south,
for that.
but you don't know of any specific lone mountains in the south. Like it's a mountain range.
Okay. Okay, it's an intelligence check, so I already have one row. 17 plus. Yeah, I got the same row as he does. I don't know anything.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna say this. It's okay if you guys like do general checks for stuff, but when it comes to like seekers and stuff like that,
No, it's like I
We're
wanted to
just
see,
checking the
like,
mountain, really.
Like if we remember
You're just checking
anything,
for the
like
mountain?
places
Yeah,
just for the
or
mountain,
things
like,
like
if
when
I
it
that.
find-
comes to seeker stuff, you guys are not gonna know that.
Yeah.
Um,
So like, oh, is there places that we could check that's there?
yeah,
Or anything.
like that's
Points of
fine.
interest.
Yeah.
Like I said,
What-
general
what-
information is fine. But you're
Would
you
I know?
guys are
Would
not
I,
gonna
would I?
know.
Would I know or no?
For what? The mountain?
Yeah.
Sure, make a history check just to see.
Okay.
Nat 20 incoming. Oh,
Nice.
Not a nat 20, but pretty high.
That's pretty good.
So you discern a couple more pieces of information Azor did. When he mentions that there is a mountain range to the south, you also know that technically mountains don't just form on land.
Mhm.
So the mountain range itself might look like it just stops at the shoreline or whatever, but there might be more mountains either underwater or out to sea that you might not see from shore or whatever. So
Okay.
Huh.
no one really goes south though. There's really nothing down there that
So we
anyone
have
needs to find.
we
It's
have
called-
Yens, we have Nalas, we have two more. We think the Magi are also seekers.
Mage, one.
There's
Prismatic
a single
Yeah,
prismatic
prismatic
mage,
mage.
and that's who I would think Jens would be.
Okay,
No.
so
That is also the who the chancellor has asked.
Oh wait, no, Jens is the
Jens
phoenix.
is the
Never
phoenix.
mind.
Mine's Mo, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. I
Prismatic
totally
mage might be
overlooked.
for
Nala, Yen.
Kaylin, or would it be for Ellie?
That would be
You're both-
strange.
You're both magic users.
Yeah. And prismatic could also mean nature magic as well, so
Hmm.
or a whole range of magic, but we don't have enough to just go on to anything.
All right. Well, I suppose we still have a few gaps in terms of covering us all.
Should have
Yes.
brought some books with us just to research.
I would have liked some books.
And we're heading
Got the long
currently
way.
to the Poison Island, correct?
Yep.
The
Yep.
one covered
Mhm.
by
Toxic
acid
cloud.
And this is for who? Like, who? What are we finding here?
prismatic mage. Prismatic mage, the Mage City.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, on
Okay.
that point, all those outfits are going to be very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually wanted to know what the outfits did because I was gonna
Scales.
put one on.
Yeah.
Uh,
Poison.
well, if you attune to it, because it requires attunement,
Yeah, I would have.
Um,
I would have tuned to it.
it's normal studded leather, but it is basically it has inlaid poison material or the green iron basically, so it gives you resistance to.
Oh, then I can wear that.
poison.
It has green iron. All right.
Yep.
So
Okay.
it's studded leather, not scale.
Yeah,
that's
studded
you.
leather.
Yeah, because you said scale mail before, confusing everyone.
As in literal scale.
I am stupid because I don't know how to say shit.
Yeah.
So it's
I don't remember the names of the armors. Okay.
it's
That's
studded
fine.
leather.
Studded leather is
It's studded leather, but it's made with
that's the
scales.
light armor, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
so
studded
highest
leather
level.
is the top tier light armor. It
Okay, then yeah,
All right.
it's that one.
The Azer won't mind wearing.
Does it
that.
get like okay? So it has poison resistance from the green iron.
Yep.
In
Because the
the-
stud.
Isn't
the
that a plus
studs on
one
it.
material as well?
I don't think so.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Oh well. the
You gave me
specifically-
all the fucking metal stats.
Okay. Well,
I wrote them down.
this stuff doesn't have a +1 in it, or specifically, there's not enough to give a +1.
Okay.
It's an inlay rather than an actual.
I was
It's the
just
studs
checking.
of the studded leather.
I was only checking to make
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
Also, I actually had a question about the prismatic ring of resistance. You said that it gave elemental resistance, but it doesn't give lightning resistance?
When did I give that out? That was at the store.
That was at the
Yeah,
store of magic
shopping
items.
episode.
It's really hard to remember this stuff because brain drugged.
It gave fire, cold, acid, necrotic, and poison.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if it was supposed to give lightning on top of that.
Okay.
I might have just not mentioned it.
Okay,
Okay.
so it is.
By the way, I'm scrolling through my items because I have so many of them.
Yeah, I figured. I'm gonna wait for you to actually figure out if it's supposed to.
Oh, okay. Here it is. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about lightning.
That's weird.
So what are the ones that it has on it?
Fire, cold, acid, necrotic, and poison. Is what I have written down in my resistance.
Yeah, I don't know why that wouldn't give you resistance to lightning as well. Because it's the elemental damages. Fuck it. Put on lightning.
Okay. I will add lightning right now.
So as this is going on, he's just mulling. He's just thinking to himself, herself. Is there anything we need to do before we get to this island?
Make sure we have a freaking way to get onto the island. This armor would help, but I want to make sure we don't get decimated like everyone has.
So I guess the goal is get all the items, fight the big bad, see where we go from there.
Yes. Probably get an army.
Took a while.
What unlikely we're gonna need an army to help us.
I look at Azor. So what's your goal after this all goes down?
I mean, I guess we have to find all the seekers, but after that, it would be find my friend. I don't know if maybe he's a seeker. I don't know. I doubt it, but I just want to find him, figure out what happens.
Everybody's a seeker.
What about you, Kaylin? What do you want?
The Seekers were my goal as well, but I don't know. Didn't have much of a plan.
Yen?
Once it's all done, maybe go home.
Ellie?
Well, the rebellion is sounding like a good plan after this. All this is over, because quite frankly, I do hate my own freaking city.
What about you, Nala? What's your end goal?
My end goal. My end goal is to serve Tempest as he sees fit for me to go. Wherever he needs me, that's where I am. For now, that means taking down Lord Salar. And to do that, in preparation, so to speak, finding as many seekers as we can make time for, and briefly helping the Empire.
We have like a year to kill him.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
less.
Oh wait,
Because we should probably kill it before the actual deadline. Just saying.
How many days has it been since?
it's been.
We've been, let's see, 6 days in flight, plus like 5-ish in the city, so...
A month?
Plus a couple
Month?
extra for traveling to Unity from Fenir's ridiculousness.
A month?
Less
Yeah,
than a
it's been a
month,
month.
right around...
Maybe like
Almost a
25
month.
days?
Almost a month.
Yeah, so it's just a couple days off a month. By the
So
time.
Under,
11
just under a month, yeah.
And can we get some
11
insight from Mrs. Wolf, or do we just leave that for now?
Considering she's not here for being unwell, probably
Well,
not.
I mean, I'm assuming Joe knows her character. I don't know if we want to go into something or just ignore it for now.
I don't really know what you would want to say here.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have to do character bonding with Lily's character later.
We'll see.
Like, did you ask her any questions or anything?
Why? I would have asked, what's her deal? We just got introduced to her. I didn't really understand why.
Okay.
Okay, so
She came from the High Elven Kingdom. They were coming here to, conquer and free any slaves and stuff like that. Was that what I remember correct?
No, that's right. They're going to seek to overthrow the Empire. They want to. They want a war of liberation, but they are going to take over control of the Empire. Which means we
So,
have two options. We can either stage our own coup when their time comes, or we can, aid them and they get power.
What do you guys think about that? I'm not very political, to be completely honest.
Like I'm never a big fan of politics, or I was never like a huge supporter of the Empire. But
Let me ask this:
I'll have to be convinced to overthrow it.
Do we have anyone in mind that we can put in
Oh.
place for a power
Azo,
vacuum?
were you here for her explanation of what she was here for?
I remember listening to it. I don't know if I was actually there,
Uh,
Azor, or if all of us were there.
I think
No, we were
everyone
all-
was
we were all
everyone was
there.
there. Everyone was
No,
no,
definitely
we were all
there.
there.
Yeah. We all
Here's
introduced
a here's a
ourselves.
better question. Have you guys been up to the top of the wall?
Nope.
No,
No.
We couldn't get
never.
there.
Okay.
All
Are
right.
there titans in the wall?
Huh?
Nothing.
Lol.
Anyways, yeah,
Um,
the question that
Well,
Nala
that
has
was-
is, do we have anyone in mind to take over the power vacuum if we do our own coup?
the question
I mean,
is,
are you
why
definitely
would we
one of
involve
us, or-
ourselves in the politics? of
If
Nvidia?
we decide not, if we decide to intervene not on behalf of Miyako's country, kingdom, whatever it is,
We need someone to fill in the void.
taking out the ruling body and not having anyone in place creates power vacuum and anarchy.
But why would we?
care.
What's in it for us?
Because
To be fair,
they dominate
now-
our entire homelands and they're racist and slaving, which are wrong.
Just look at what happened in what we read about the dwarves. That's never.
Oh man, you hit a note.
Yeah.
There's plenty of reason for us to go and stop them and their slaving ways. It's just, are we going to do it with an army at our backs, or are we going to do this ourselves?
And even then, we would have to think if we did it ourselves, we would have to have people ready.
We need someone to step into place.
I don't know anyone. I'm a gladiator.
I'm still on the fence about it.
I say when we get to that, we'll
Well-
discuss further. But for
We
now,
have time. We do
Yes.
have time on this point.
This isn't something that we need to do now. I just
This is
wanted to
something-
bring up a
this is-
point.
Yes, this is just a thought that we need to keep in mind after all is said and done. Oh fuck! It's just like we do have two other cults we have to deal with. She's like,
We have two other cults we have to find, let alone deal with.
The Lich one and what's the other one?
a
It's a
freaking
vamp-
god from another dimension.
Oh
Yeah, a full
what now?
on the actual. No,
Chaos
no, no.
Lord.
Wait. There were three like overseers. There's the
There's
vampire
the
lord,
Lich,
the
the
lich,
vampire.
and what was the other one?
The
DM?
chaos god. That's
As a me- and
No.
mention about like
I'm pretty sure there was a third overseer. The god
Yeah,
it
that-
kind of presides over all of it. They
Joe?
all worship
Any
Dagon.
insight?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna say this now. You guys remembering things wrong is hilarious.
okay.
Two, it's not an overseer. It's the point of worship of the cults. There was the vampire lord. He was, in a way, he was basically the most powerful vampire that ever lived, and he was the first vampire. So basically, Count Dracula. Then there's motherfucking McGee, the Lich. He's basically not the first necromancer, but he is definitely one of the most powerful necromancers. And he was able to become a Lich. And the last time he was seen, he was basically during the Age of Arcanum, and that was a very, very dark period in the Age of Arcanum. It literally took one of the largest armies ever gathered to kill him.
Was he
well-
tantamount to what happened with Azog?
Sometimes people actually have a debate about that, whether or not he was worse than Azog.
But
The
they're
thing is that
comparable.
Azog
Is
had-
the
Azog had a massive army of orcs. He had an army of undead.
right?
And undead, kind of less powerful than orcs. But yeah, he was bad. He was really bad. And there's the third one. And almost nothing is known about the third one, only because the only person that has ever dealt with him was Belkryzen. And it was actually near the end of Belkryzen's reign, quote unquote. His lifespan, people don't know what happened to him. But this was supposedly the last thing he ever did. And when he came back, he basically started writing off like, hey, I'm basically dying. I need to stop doing what I'm doing, and I'm gonna write my will, so to speak. And that's supposedly the story. People don't know if that's actually true or not because people haven't seen Belkryzen in long ass time.
Yeah, that's a question. What happens to a god when they die?
Gods technically can't die.
Good to know.
Well, you don't know that because gods haven't died. It just doesn't happen.
I mean,
So
fair
you
enough.
don't know.
We're getting in.
Well, wait a minute. I follow Tempest. Didn't he kill off a bunch of other war gods to take his throne or whatever?
Hey, guess what? You keep interjecting your lore.
I keep forgetting which parts you actually told me don't apply, so...
Guess what? Everything. I literally don't take any lore from the D&D realms. I just take the god and their background. That's it. I say background, but like what they are. The
Their
process of them
aspects.
getting to where they are now is completely different in our world.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay, so he's more like High Chancellor. He was elected by a Senate. Awesome.
Totally. I
Cool.
am the Senate.
Okay.
Pretty
So
fucking badass Senate.
at this point,
Yeah.
I would say our meal is almost fully done, and
That's the
I would
PN.
look at everybody and say, I know I haven't been fully open with everyone, especially from the beginning. But I already told you what I want. I don't really want to be a hired hand anymore. How do you guys feel? You think this is all just a job?
I think we should all be friends or family, equals.
This is more than just a job.
If
What
you
does
look
that
at
mean?
this as just a job, you are an insane and possibly mentally damaged person. We need camaraderie.
We need to watch each other's backs more than anything as we go forward.
And we need to trust each other.
Okay.
Also, Yen, you have to stop being invisible at freaking eating. What is wrong with you?
I'm going to throw a copper piece right where Azul's been throwing peas.
I'm just gonna let it hit me and continue eating.
Well, in the spirit of
just
trusting
at least
each
it's
other,
that.
I'll say, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm an open book.
If you need anything done on equipment and stuff like that, I do have a few tools that I'm very good with.
If you need any equipment, armor, weapons, talk to me.
Yeah, she just points her. Ellie just points her thumb at her.
I'm here to make sure we don't all die.
I think
And
that's
it's-
both of our
yeah.
jobs.
Also, at this point, I'm gonna take out the Dragonstone. Well, it's not quite a staff yet, but the long Dragonstone stick. Toss it over to where Yen is sitting and say, "I made that for you. I can't actually make it a magic channel, but I figure you might be able to."
You could have helped me, and you could have asked for me to help with at least making the inner parts of it.
I'll let him deal with that. Also, if you enchant it, it really likes fire magic.
Ellie just laughs a bit. His specialty.
You can't see it. You can't
Also,
see
that
it.
was-
But he's got a nice mischievous grin going on right now.
Oh yeah. By the way,
Caleb,
nice shot on those on that ship before. Forgot to thank you for that. Also for not, killing me with the fireball.
I tried my best.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dodger, where's the most interesting place you've flown in this ship?
Honestly, in terms of interesting, I'd say it'd have to be the Dwarven Halls. You guys saw most of the ships, but I got to see them up close, and in fact, in action. And those things are, when I tell you,
Yeah, those
beautiful.
things look terrifying in the most wondrous way. She
Yeah.
just freaking rubs her hands together.
It's one of those things that you can see it, right? But
Seeing it in action is much more impressive.
exactly.
Mm.
I mean, I'd like to say maybe one day you could see it, but it's one of those things you don't really want to because that means something bad's happening. So,
I think
we'll see.
Ellie just goes like, you do realize something is bad happening. We're probably going to see that much later, hopefully.
Well,
And it's
we'll
on
see.
our
The
side.
dwarves tend to be to them. They tend to keep to themselves. They're a bit selfish.
Yes,
in all
but we can
honesty-
appeal to that selfishness because if we fail, then they get
we're on-
the repercussions.
Yeah. And since
They
live
won't
on the
be
ground,
safe.
vampires are not going to be forgetting.
I look at you and I kind of laugh. You know how stubborn you are? Yeah, dwarves are worse.
All I'm saying is that appeal to their stubborn and selfishness.
Only time will tell.
If we fail, they will be under attack and they won't have any backup by then.
Well, we'll see what comes of that conversation when it gets there.
Yeah, how old is everyone? I'm
Hmm?
23.
I kind of laugh. I don't think I've ever actually been asked for my age.
I'm 21.
I'm gonna
26,
turn.
rather.
No, I'll turn to Sally. Isn't it typically rude to ask the age of? Well, I'm not gonna say a lady.
You're actually
I-
the wrong person
The
here.
moment you say that, I just fucking like I look away. Like what?
It's like you do realize I did get trained with the army thing, and you did beat the shit out of me in training, right? I don't give a shit about that.
I like give 'em a
Fair,
little
but
laugh.
all right, fair enough. I'm 19.
21. What was everyone else's reaction to that?
Okay.
I'm too cool for school. No.
How actually old is the rest of you guys? Because I don't remember.
56.
27.
Oh, you old fuck.
19.
Wait, isn't she
Like, wait,
half
are we
elf?
talking
She's
in-game or
no, she's a
out-game?
wood elf. She's a wood elf. So
She's
that's
a wood elf. That's young.
yes, that is
Yeah.
that is young.
Mm-hmm.
Miyako is just gonna look nervously because I do know this one. Nervously at all of you and like
Is she really old?
hides behind her cloak.
We're all youngins.
Mm-hmm.
Fetuses.
The young versus the end of the world. Lovely.
Isn't that always how it works out?
Did she write down her age?
She told us it's like
I believe she told us her age.
Yeah.
Like 200 something.
Yeah, she's
Still
I don't-
fairly
That's the
young
thing.
for an elf.
I don't know. Oh, yep.
she's like in
227. She's
Yeah,
just like
her
she's-
a
20s.
fucking old compared. Well,
She's pretty. Well, 100
she's like
is
late.
100 is
Yeah.
adult. So
yeah.
She's like 30.
this is in her 30s. She's old.
Early
She's
30s.
like in
Yeah,
her
early
30s.
30s.
Early 30s, late 20s.
She's
Right
old.
on there. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
imagine high elves. Like,
They-
High elves
I-
also technically don't age. They look like they're in their early 20s or mid 20s for their entire life.
Yeah, you can't tell.
but I bet they're snooty about the number.
Oh, they're very snooty. They're extremely snooty. Okay. So the best way to know if an elf is sensitive about its age, add a 0 to the end of it.
So 1,000.
Yeah.
Do you
Or
mean,
if like
do you mean
if they're
remove
like
zero?
400, they're like 4,000 years old. They're like, bruh, please leave me alone.
Do you mean remove a 0?
No, add a 0.
No, add a 0.
So, but
'Cause-
like, if she's 100 and what'd you say, 227,
Yeah.
then wouldn't she be in our relation 22-ish?
No, she's like
No,
she's in her
like
30s.
in her 30s.
That's what I mean though. Like 22 is closer to like it.
What?
I'm saying if you want to see if they're sensitive about their age, add a 0 to the end of their age.
2,207.
Yeah.
Let's see. You're like 2,000 years old to Miyako and see what happens.
Yeah. You're like, say like, oh, you're like 2,000 years old then? And she'll
Either laugh you off or become offended.
Yeah, that one.
One of the two. Never.
It's either
Keep
a
in mind
joke or
that
a-
an offended Miyako has a giant fucking wolf that is probably very
Oh
hungry.
right. Oh yeah, Joe. I would have been giving Miyako my dexterity ring because that.
Oh
would be
yeah,
better
that
suited for her.
happened.
Yeah, I would have given that like during as we ate and stuff like that. So
You should probably mention that to her.
no,
He already did. We talked about it after last session.
Yeah, we
Don't.
talked about it. It's just that we need to say it in story.
Well,
So
it
say I
happened.
give it a
That
yeah.
happened.
Anyway.
By the way, Steve, are you recording?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
I've gotten everything.
Anyone have a lover?
Single.
and he just goes.
Nala's going to look Dazio dead in the eye and
What
say, "What is love?"
That was Azor that outside.
It was Azor, I believe.
Oh, whoever said it, she's just gonna look him dead in the eye and be like,
Okay.
Just because we're humans, we're not all alike, okay?
"Well, I know that. She looks different than you guys." And I point to Ellie.
She
as
has
far as the red
boobs.
hair.
No, it's red hair.
All elves look
What are
alike.
boobs?
I do like a sort of like Z in the air, like pointing
Now it's
towards
on my
your,
chest.
I mean the scale. Never mind.
Yep.
You do realize Dragonborn and Draconians. I was about to say the language, not the freaking species.
Draconic.
Yeah. That the Draconics and Draconians don't have fucking memories.
Yeah, they don't have memory lens. They're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They would not, have that much of a difference at all. That you go, oh hey, easily male and female. It's like probably like the shape of the snout or something like that. I forgot.
I'm just gonna say, like completely out of character. Typically, in cases of reptiles, females tend to be larger than males, and males tend to have brighter colors.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's more of a distinction for like lizard folk because dragons are fucking weird.
Yes, they are. Anyway,
I'm
and
be
it
right
goes
back.
like this. Yeah, fuck. The thing's on my chest.
I'm so glad that you guys got distracted.
Oh yeah.
So no one for anyone.
Nala's still just like, what is a lover?
The like a person you like romantically.
Romantically?
Jesus Christ.
Maybe
What
dragons
makes
don't
your
have.
scales hard?
My skills are always hard.
Oh my god. I cannot believe it.
At least just on the floor laughing her ass off. She's just can't get. She's on the floor laughing so hard.
Yen has no reaction. Out of character. I cannot believe what you just.
Well, we
Yeah,
wanted
this
to
is still
bond.
eating.
I figured this would be a perfect way to have that happen.
It's like a person that you want to be with a lot of most of your time.
And you hope that they don't hurt you.
Yeah,
That.
and
It's
But,
such a
So an
common-
ally?
But I
no,
wanna
someone
be
you
with
want to be
my-
with all the time. Like you see how sometimes there's two humans together,
You
one
might wanna
female,
stop.
one
She
male,
just
or one
doesn't get
female.
through
She's
her
not
head.
gonna get it. She's not gonna get it.
Just
She doesn't get it through her head. Just stop. She's just she's trying to catch her breath right now. I had this discussion with her once before. It just ended up in circles.
I'm just going to file this under human things.
Humanoid.
Humanoid. I'm sure elves.
No, I'm literally just human things. Love.
This is gonna turn to like one of those Captain America.
What
Like,
is
oh,
love?
look at this thing.
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
What are you, Dazriel?
We've been there's just been too much on the move, you know? I've never really had time to settle down with anyone. I mean, I've had a few quickies, if you want to think of it that way.
So you betted a few wenches.
Nice.
You know, here and there. But after what I've seen happen to the captain, I figure love isn't really all that easy or really worth the trouble.
Hmm.
I
So
just
if
never
you-
really thought about it, really.
How,
Been a little bit too distracted of getting the fuck away from Unity.
So,
question. What has the time frame been like? Like how long has it been since
have fun with that, guys.
Have fun was what?
Oh, good God.
Pretty sure it's irrelevant to the conversation.
I've been resisting.
I can't
saying
I
that.
can't actually play that right now because it'll get picked up.
Yep. Also, yeah.
And I'm very certain there's copyright involved
God damn
with
it.
that.
Oh,
Most
oh
definitely.
god, yeah. Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. Also, God damn it, Joe! Don't make me want to sing the freaking song when someone else fucking says the words. I've been resisting so
Yeah.
fucking hard.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
know. I
do
could
it at all.
feel how hard you were resisting singing that when I said that.
So how long has it been since the start of this conversation?
I imagine we
They
just like just
started
finished
probably
lunch.
like
30
half
minutes.
an hour. Yeah.
Okay. So I still have another half an hour of my invisibility.
Lol.
So, Kayla, a few
You
flings,
and your
nothing serious.
invisibility.
Nothing serious. I mean, I was basically living between two places, so.
For the most part, most of us have no engagement of keeping us tied down anyway.
What about you, Yen? Anyone special?
I mean, when I was
Does Mulgrew
back-
count?
Oh.
Okay, this is
Plot twist.
Hit it on with the guy.
I mean, the way Joe, he is a very handsome man. So
Yep.
no, that was, I mean,
He's basically Squidward handsome.
hey,
Lol.
So the more times you punch him in the face, the more beautiful he gets.
Maybe.
Wow.
hey, punched him multiple. No. I mean, there's been people, but you know, in a city full of elves, not many people like half elves. So,
Hmm.
Oh, right. I forgot there's a double racism to that.
Humans don't like half elves. Full-blooded elves don't like half elves. No one likes half elves.
no one really likes us.
I like this half elf. He
I like
seems cool.
half-elves.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't set our ship on fire.
I mean, not
Fine.
even my half siblings liked me. So
Wow. I rather like
That's
to punch
rough.
them in the throat then.
Oh, look, more family issues.
I mean, I,
Okay,
had,
how
a-
many- raise your
familiar
hands.
bonds.
I had a twin brother, so it was okay.
Actually, at the mention of family, Nala's gonna pull out her sending stone and attempt to contact her mother.
Oh gosh.
Seriously?
Yes.
All right then. This is happening.
I'm gonna think of what I want to send to her, and I'll type that to you in a PM.
Okay. Sounds good. Glad I don't
You
have
got
to type out.
so you got a
now.
twin, Yen?
Yes.
What's he like?
Or she.
Or she?
You sexist
Sending is
bastard.
25 words or less, right?
Yes.
All right, got it.
He's the opposite of what I am.
So he likes to set things with like pour water on things or
No,
Uh.
unfortunately, he wasn't as magically inclined as I was.
So you like to beat things with his fist, then?
No.
With a
he
large stick?
wasn't- No. He didn't get us into quite as much trouble as.
he was the good boy.
Something's weird's going on with my computer. I have to restart it.
Yay!
I mean, we did get into trouble together, but I got into a little bit more trouble.
I can tell you like fire, so
He's basically the brother that smoked a bunch of weed.
Oh my god.
Lily's here.
No.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Lily.
Hello.
Wow, she entered in at right after I say something that is awkward.
You know.
Oh, doesn't matter that much.
That's kind of my style, huh?
A little bit.
Or what?
Kind of her style, huh?
Oh, yeah. I had her at 10% for some reason.
Probably because last time she was talking, it was like really loud.
Thunderous child.
I'm back on my phone again.
Hmm.
Cool. How you feeling?
Okay, there we go.
We have a wild lily.
Lily! Lily.
How is everybody?
We're all
stuff.
discussing many things.
Yeah.
Lovers, family, age, the good stuff.
Yep.
Some people said where they came from.
The good suck.
Favorite food?
We
What's your
haven't-
favorite food, guys?
I mean, he's like,
Not wyvern.
Most
choice.
definitely
Agreed.
not.
Yeah.
And just when I was starting to, you know, really enjoy the taste.
sarcastic.
Oh,
We tried cooking the
I just
frickin'
got my
wyvern.
headphones in, so I missed that. And I'm sitting here
Oh
you
yeah,
don't
I
need that
brought down
wyvern.
one of the skinned and harvested wyvern corpse so that the cook would prepare it.
Tastes pretty terrible.
It's terrible if you've been eating it.
I mean, I would imagine so.
Miyako would frickin' actually say, "Oh yeah, no, it's terrible." She just waited for everyone else to eat it and just say,
By the way, they have been sharing each other's sob stories, and I didn't know if you were going to go into it, so I just didn't answer.
Yeah, so you've been quietly eating like I was.
Yay!
Also, Yen is invisible.
I am also invisible, yeah.
I mean, this is not Yen's favorite thing to do.
He kind of is, yeah.
And I've been throwing peas at it.
Oh god, I wish I had medicine today. I feel horrible.
Okay. Well, I also threw a copper piece at him.
Yeah, that one hurt though. Piece didn't hurt.
"It's like,
I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if, like, a couple times you see the pea just disappear.
Yeah, watch this. I throw one again.
Disappears.
I know you like Peppa Pig, sweetheart, but I really don't want it on. Oh.
Tiny child.
We got
So what's
distracted.
everyone's favorite food?
I sent the thing to you.
I saw that. By the way, how long has it been since you and they were around each other?
Well, I was figuring that it was probably around the time, like, right around the time that I would have kind of been in the city, so like 2-ish is right around the time I would have separated from them.
Okay, so it's been 17 years.
Right about.
Awesome.
By the way, Lily, you would have seen that I pulled out a sending stone and sent a message to someone.
Okay, would I know what the message is, or
No,
Nope.
it's not to
personal
you.
message.
it's probably in
just send a message?
draconian.
Well, you don't actually have to physically
Draconic.
speak it. it's a mental. It's like telepathic
Yeah.
because it's
But
sending.
you're writing it down, like you on the paper.
I'm not writing anything. She just would have probably
Oh.
know that I'm using a sending stone.
Hmm.
Which means I'm sending a message that way.
Yeah, every time like Joe said like, "Oh, hey, write a reply," freaking it said inkwell and paper just pop up in front of you.
Oh, yeah, okay, never mind then.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, "Wait, what?"
So do you write the message or do you think it?
You write the message, it turns into a thought into the person's
Yeah,
head.
it would have been parchment inkwell, and I would be writing in Draconic.
Okay. I don't have my laptop up right now, so I don't know what languages I speak. No, I don't think I do.
I don't remember you having pony.
I don't think you had Draconic when you
I mean-
shared languages.
No, I have primordial, abyssal, common, elvish, and something else. Dwarvish, I think. Oh my gosh. Hold on.
Actually,
Kaylin, what?
I just realized something you could do is like the bow and arrows thing, poison. I can make a little thing that just like dangles forward, so like when you knock the arrow, it touches onto the thing and just applies a little poison onto it. I could do that easily with some. Plants.
I'm game for poison arrows. I like that idea.
Yeah, so every time you notch the arrows, you apply poison onto them. That would be a great thing.
So what else did I miss then? Just terrible tasting wyvern meat and
Terrible
Talking.
tasting wyvern meat, talking.
And table conversation.
We talked about overthrowing the Empire. We talked about taking down the Cult of Dagon. A little bit
where
about
everyone's
Seekers, that kind of stuff.
Where everyone's from, favorite food.
Yeah.
Which still hasn't been answered. Because
Yeah, what is everyone's favorite food? I heard
Roasted boar.
well, not wyvern meat apparently.
No, it's so gamey, terrible. It's just not something. You only eat it if you have to.
It's more of an acquired taste.
It's edible, but it's not.
Taste.
I hear
I'm a fan of-
scales hard.
Yeah. So why-
Yeah, do you want me to get it out?
Oh, you missed the hilarity of Azor attempting to describe what love and romance was to Nala.
That was
Okay.
hilarious. Ellie was on the floor laughing so hard as she had this conversation.
When he said someone that gets your scales hard,
Ellie was on the floor.
and I
just
said
dying.
my scales are always hard.
Oh god, that's terrible. I heard this shit. Bless you.
The question is,
Oh,
what would
God.
Miyako's freaking reaction be? Just
Oh.
laughing at that?
That's interesting.
What is?
What's interesting?
Never mind.
Okay.
I'm partial to chicken. I like a good roasted chicken, side of potatoes.
I like turkey a bit
Potatoes.
more than
You
chicken.
like potatoes?
Mm-hmm.
Miyako's reaction. I definitely think that her reaction would be to perhaps choke on whatever she was eating.
Kylan actually conjured up food, so you actually have some good food.
we actually have good food.
It was just we wanted to see what wyvern meat was like, and it's terrible.
Yeah.
Awesome. Don't eat it unless we have to.
Basically, it was curiosity from mostly Nala.
Okay.
So we're gonna have to throw all those corpses off the ship and wash.
Probably.
I mean, it's always good to keep on reserve. Just saying.
It's going to spoil.
I mean, you could see if your wolf likes wyvern meat.
That is true.
I
You
mean,
have 9 bodies.
yeah.
Lol.
When it's
In fact, at that, Nala's gonna toss a bit of cooked wyvern flesh over to. I forget what your wolf's name is.
Melisandre.
Melisandre.
She's not in this. She's below.
Oh yeah.
She's
Okay.
like
Maybe
an
on a
extra
fitness room.
entrance.
I guess-
underneath everything.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind then.
true, it doesn't fit. Unfortunately, it's just too big.
Caitlin,
Ian,
I just imagine Melisandre's at the door.
Caitlin,
Just looking and crying
Yes.
because she wants a mate.
do you have any sort of way to communicate with the dead?
Yes.
Do you think maybe we could ask the bandits what it is they wanted?
Oh, that's
Yes.
right. We just.
Oh wait, weren't we gonna do that with sending? Because we got a live one.
Yeah, we still have the
we-
live guy.
Remember, he spoke a language that we didn't know.
No,
Oh,
the
Yeah,
yeah.
but sending.
Did we
sending-
use the sending stone to communicate with him?
Yeah, he writes it down in his language. It goes into a psychic message that we understand.
Oh no, we. Okay,
We
we
did
did
this.
that.
This
We,
was
we
about
did that
the worm.
already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we
did
did
that.
that.
It was about the
We
worm.
was-
Yeah.
That was
We
about the
figured that out.
worm, yeah.
About the
No.
worm. We haven't gotten any other information, but do we really need it?
No.
No, because it doesn't seem like he wants to give us any. So.
True, true.
Actually, at the mention, I'm gonna ask on. Does anyone else mind if I borrow a sending stone?
I'm fine.
Precious.
I just used mine, and I have follow-up questions.
Mhm.
I've already used one to send one to my friends.
Fair enough. I just sent one to my mother, who I haven't talked to in 17 years, apparently.
Wow, that's a long time.
You never
Okay,
mentioned
I'll
much
be back.
about her.
I didn't know much about her, to be honest. I do
Awkward.
thank Dazriel for allowing me to use his, and I'm gonna go write up another message.
Okay. Hi guys, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thanks, I switched to my laptop.
Yeah, you never said what your favorite food was.
My favorite
favorite
food. I'm gonna have to think on that one.
A pheasant, cooked pheasant,
Poor
a
bird.
nice roasted pheasant would be Ellie's thing. Mostly because she probably hunted a couple down.
Mostly because of where she came from. Miyako's favourite food would probably be some kind of fish. It's a fish. No, don't go outside, please. I don't want to chase you. I'll be right back, guys. My cats are trying to run away from me.
Again.
Yen?
You know, all food is nice.
Free food?
Well, that is true, but
You like veggies?
What's the island we're currently traveling towards?
I forgot the name of the island, but I know the city. It's Aldor.
Door.
Eldor?
Whatever.
Aldur?
Aldor.
All good.
How do you spell Aldur?
Sure, I like
A-L-D-U-R.
A-L-D-U-R. Okay, that's how I figured. Let me just check this.
Alder.
It's labeled on the map that's still on Narco.
Yep.
On that note, so should we stick with the first plan as seeing if there's an underwater passage? Because do we want to risk the boat? We don't have enough suits for the entire crew.
Not the entire crew, but we got 20-something suits. Right?
Yeah.
No, we got 12. Never mind.
Yeah.
12.
Well, we wouldn't be bringing the entire group anyways.
If we take the boat,
I would never leave
taking the
my.
entire
I would never
crew.
leave my.
We
ship.
would... I don't think we'll take really much of any of the crew because...
It's mostly our thing to do.
Yeah, this is something we're kind of needing to do ourselves.
Okay, so how will we get in?
Swimming. I do
Well,
have...
we have armor from the crew that is that will allow us to move through the fog.
Thing is, we have to
Uh-huh.
test it out first. You know, so
Yeah.
we... That
How
works.
Oh,
we
I
can
can
check
I
that.
can tell you it should work as it's made it's studded leather of wyvern hide, but it's studded with green iron, which naturally resists poison.
Well, they more than resisted it. If I saw correctly, it looked like it healed them.
I
thought it was
mean, it
resist
kind of looked
acid.
like to me that the acid was
The
sucked
acid
into-
seemed to replenish it, but poison itself, it resists.
I see.
Okay.
Well, the gas that they said literally tore people apart, so I think it is an acid.
Or it could be an incredibly potent poison.
Lay down, Bubba.
We'll figure it out either way.
Again, test it. But if it works, we can water walk across rather than swim.
Yeah.
On that note, I probably.
Oh yes, I'm gonna turn to Miyako. I might need you to refit one of these suits to accommodate my wings.
And her size.
That too, but wings are what I'm
Yeah.
more
They're all
interested
humans.
in.
I don't know. Well, they're all not dragon draconians, so yeah.
Okay, I can probably do that. Might take me some time though.
If
Well,
it's
we
That's
magic,
fair.
if it's magic, wouldn't altering it destroy the enchantment?
It's a type of metal that it's made with, not.
Yeah,
the,
it's not. I don't think this is a magic enchantment.
If you have to attune to it, then isn't it magic?
There might be some magic on it, but I know the poison resistance comes from green iron, which is
the
not
studs and stuff like that.
not an enchantment. It is a
Uh,
Material.
naturally forming mineral. Basically, it's iron that has
Yeah,
been
yeah.
in toxic and yeah. I'm just saying, I know the poison resistance doesn't come from magic. We would need Joe to input on this, and he might be
I
slightly.
would, wouldn't I?
yeah, I want to
Yeah.
put one on to attune to it. Just see what.
Okay. Well, attuning to it, you learn two things about the armor. One, the green iron studs on the armor specifically give a poison resistance.
Okay.
You just know that from attuning to the item. But the leather that it's made from is actually the sand wyvern leather. So it's treated leather that was made from the sand wyvern.
hmm
And those are naturally resistant to their own acids, which is what they spit.
Okay.
They spit acid.
So this is an armor that gives acid and poison resistance.
Yes.
Now, question for you: would that stack on top of my ring?
You already have a resistance to.
Acid and poison from my prismatic ring.
If it's like the
Yeah.
AC thing, then would it?
I'm asking if this is going to be.
Yeah, because it's not enchantments; it's natural ability.
Okay, so it does stack.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could alter. It's because it's material based, not spell based.
Yeah.
It's
I
just attunement
immediately
required
said
for
when-
being
When
powerful.
you guys got the item, it is not.
Yeah, you should be able to alter it without ruining it because it's the material.
All right. I'm gonna unattune to it and then reattune the spear.
That's gonna take a while. You do realize that.
He's basically spent an hour attuning to it and then attuning to his spear, which unattunes him to the armor.
Yeah, it's just gonna take a while.
No,
Anyway,
let's talk more. What's happening?
Oh, well. another time
Technically
my
speaking, you
invisibility.
need to take at least a short rest, and a lot of DMs
Yeah.
allow a short rest to be 30 minutes or more, like 30 minutes to half an
Yeah.
hour or to an hour. So he's basically spent an entire short rest attuning and unattuning to it.
all right, Dazzler, you were gonna ask me about having your daggers poisoned or something like that?
Yeah, we can do that after dinner or lunch rather.
Oh no, I mean, which daggers are you talking about? The ones you throw at people, or the ones that you use on hand?
The throw.
There's something simple I could do with those. Though I probably won't be able to do it on like all of them. I'm probably gonna give you a handful of them at least.
Could you, just out of curiosity, alter the bandolier to code it as he draws or something?
He would have to hand me it first. I need to look into
No,
it.
he needs to hand over the knives
Yeah.
themselves either way. So
Yeah, he has to hand me all those stuff.
I do so.
It
All
happens.
30. All 30 with the bandolier.
It was like
3 bandoliers of knives are now.
I had 10 in the bandolier, and then 20 in my bag of holding.
Okay, I thought you had.
Yeah.
I thought you bought 3
Yeah.
bandoliers of 10 knives.
No, it was 3 bundles or something like that.
Yep.
Okay, 3 bundles, and you got a bandol. Okay.
Yep.
she starts inspecting it, and it's loops that are holding the daggers, right?
Sure.
Mm,
I don't know.
technically, bandoliers are like tiny little sheets.
Sheaths?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are, instead of a full dagger, these are like a small shortened
Throwing blades.
blade.
Mm,
It's mostly a blade and very little of a handle because you would grip it by the flat and throw as you draw.
Yeah.
And you would have about 10 little pouches that act as a sheath. Probably made from leather.
Oh, this would be easy to work with then. I would actually have to. It was basically waving a type of plant through the sheath to dip in and basically have it basically drip poison into there slowly, so it would last over time. So it just feeds off of a one vial to get coat all of them. But that's gonna take fucking time.
Alright.
Yeah. I know. So Ellie goes.
Honestly,
I know.
in terms of poison, I think Azor had much clearer ideas of what he wanted to do. I was just thinking it'd be a cool idea, so I don't really need it.
It
I
will
think
be helpful when you.
Azor wanted to make a sort of poison from the wyvern venom,
Yeah.
which is going to be a lengthy process that takes distilling.
Yeah. I got a book on making poisons and a book about different kind of poisons. So
Well, I could definitely help with that since I know a lot about mixing in plants and such like that, and poisons of animals and such. Biako more than likely is going to help me use that too. It depends on what. Okay, Lily. It depends on if you want to just douse something in it. You literally just like, oh hey, let me just pour this poison into quiver.
Usually a bonus action to coat one weapon or about 20 pieces of ammo.
Yeah, but it soon runs like dry after a while. if
Well,
you
that
don't
would
have-
use up,
yeah.
coating it in such a way would use up
If you-
the poison.
if you coat a weapon, it lasts like 3 attacks or something like that. If you coat an ammunition, it'll last 1 attack.
It also kind of depends on the poison itself. Some poisons will stick around longer, but typically they don't stay on ammo very long.
Yeah, and this is why you make this specially designed things to hold poison while it
Yeah.
applies it onto there. Like what I'm do is said what I do to the bow, where it's basically a low thing that you just press against and it just applies the poison onto. So you don't have to use repeatedly onto other quivers and let it just appear over time.
Yeah, Joe, I was wondering if I could increase the potency of the wyvern poison with my poisoner's kit in one of the books I have.
Mm,
Should Ellie roll to help assist him in this?
that is interesting. Yeah, you can roll for it.
I'm gonna roll. Should I roll herbalist because I would know
Yeah,
how to make.
you roll herbalist to help him.
Herbalist.
Herbalist.
Lily, you would need something along the lines of a specially modified
15.
quiver for the arrows.
15 plus 7. Holy fuck yeah.
Or
that-
something on the bow itself.
So
So what'd you get?
15 plus 7.
And I got a
22 and
23 for
23.
22, I believe, is 15 plus 7.
22 and 23. That's yeah, that's definitely enough. So what exactly were you trying to do again?
Basically make it more potent.
Yeah, increase the potency.
Okay.
Using like the book that I have, like of
So
making poisons and
potency of poison is technically in some scenarios you're basically taking one vial of poison and turning it into a half vial because you're condensing it into
Hmm.
a thicker material. So it's not hard to do, but it requires taking a vial and turning it into half a vial. So instead of having 18 vials, you'd have 17 and a half.
Okay.
But it then doubles the damage.
Oh. So
We have 16
Wyvern poison
vials.
7d6.
Yep.
So,
So
that'll
it'd be
be
14d6 for coating.
Yeah.
And if I apply that to any weapons that are help modified, what's that? Fucking Christ, that is dangerous.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at this.
I would say
I want to
putting
try
that
this out
on.
first.
I'd say putting that onto my war cleaver, but I would have to literally hold it the entire time for you because there's no way in hell you're ever going to lift it.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I don't think anyone
Yeah.
else in the party could actually lift my war cleaver. The mace,
Actually,
maybe.
You probably would have to just set it down on something, and then I could just
That-
work around.
But the point is, anytime you would need it moved to work around it, I would have to go in and move it because, like I said,
Well, you're not that far.
Fucking
You're
hell.
working. You're next to the
I
work
mean,
table
granted, we're
right-
like right next to each other in terms of where we set up, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see. I want to try this out sometime.
The only one closer to me would be Miyako, mostly because she's literally in the same area on a workbench of her own.
Meanwhile, we're probably like 20 feet away.
So concentrated wyvern poison, set 14d6.
Yeah.
Actually, if we're gonna use that, then yeah, I would want poison channel on the blade.
Yeah. So Elias is gonna be doing a lot of work. Fucking hell.
Yeah, whenever you're ready to do the war cleaver, just tell Nala. Until then, she's gonna keep it with her.
I'm just saying this now, guys, because I can already sense it coming up. Making stuff on the during the sessions, it's okay to do once in a while. Like if you guys are
No.
doing
This
it
we're
every once
just
in a while.
talking about like what we're planning.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like
Also,
this is
let the
something that I
DM
did.
finish.
Yeah, I did want to bring this up. This was not just a spur of the moment thing. But you guys, or more specifically, Steve, you've been making a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. But I would rather you do it off session so we can just get through it more quickly. Because having to sit there for you to do 9 projects in one day or a couple of days, it's going to take a while.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's totally fair. Yeah, I'll look to do it off session. I'll just message you when I want to.
And that's going to go for everyone that has crafting ability.
I do
Definitely.
understand. It does take a lot of time and bullshit out of it, and
Yeah.
it doesn't necessarily need to be part of the main session.
There's a reason why Percy didn't do a lot with his tinkering. It's because eventually they realized, oh wait, this is actually really bad, and people get bored with it. Because sure, it's cool once in a while, but if you do it a lot, then yeah, it gets boring.
Yeah, I kind of went crazy with the whole crafting thing because I was like, oh, I have all these project ideas.
Right.
Yep.
Like I said, a lot of this is because a lot of what happened was I hadn't been able to use my blacksmithing ability for most of the adventure up until now. Now I have unlimited ability to use my crafting, well, nearly unlimited ability to use my crafting. And I just went a little nuts.
Yep.
I've just been rolling a lot of low numbers. Fucking hell. Get them out of the way.
But yeah, we'll probably talk later because I still have a few things I want to get done.
Ow. Fuck.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
To Miyako, I'm gonna say one of the things you might consider doing is actually making wyvern leather armor for your wolf instead of having me make anything. Also, Cleo, did you get the second message I sent? No, I don't.
I
You haven't
did.
responded yet. Okay.
Jesus Christ, that is. that is just deadly.
Yeah, concentrated wyvern poison is pretty nasty.
Pretty fucking dope, you mean?
Oh yeah, definitely. Wow.
What does wyvern leather do? Is it different
Depends
from
on the
regular-
wyvern. This would be sand wyvern, so acid resistance.
Yeah.
No,
Sand
just
wyvern is
regular,
acid
just
resistant.
regular, but no, just no extra AC, just acid.
Yeah, no, it's just acid
Okay.
resistance. They're not particularly hardy.
Okay.
We
Now,
have
if I
100
made you a armor out of like copper dragon scales or copper dragon hide, that would be different.
that would be freaking.
Or black dragon hide.
Oh, dude, guess what?
Yes, man.
Today's Game of Thrones.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
episode.
Okay, stop.
We're all gonna die.
So are we turning all the vials of wyvern venom into concentrated?
I mean,
I think Azar wanted to do that.
well,
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know if we should use all of it because I imagine it reduces the amount of attacks that we can do. But
Oh no! If we have channels on everything, it would actually raise up.
Basically, we would get the same uses from the vials we had, but it would be much more potent.
I think you're gonna install a channel on this spear, and I pulled out the spear that Nala made.
I'm going to pick. You have to hand it to me for me, and like she Ellie asked to look it over so she can actually think of how like to apply it.
In other words,
Yeah.
Ellie and Nala need to have a long talk about Nala's crafting styles, mostly.
Yeah, and also freaking how to tinker with this.
Yeah.
Because you're probably gonna have like a little bit of like a string stringed plant just coming from the hilt over onto the head. So every time you stab into someone, the poison just goes straight into them. Anyway,
That's a fair point, Miyako.
That's a conversation.
I'll take a look at what materials I still have available. That's the only problem here.
Anyway, that's an entire conversation for a different time, though. But, well, I'm going to be busy. I never get. It's like Ellie just hands back the spear and just like looks like she's plotting. I don't get to tinker around that much lately. This is going to be fun.
So at this point, I would have gone to my second. Like, how far are we from the island? I guess.
We're like 5-6 days.
What? We were on the 6th day.
Okay, no, we're 4.
No.
Well,
Person I asked, how far would we be from the island currently?
Yeah.
You were on day 6, so you're 4 days away.
There you go. All right. So I guess I get back to it.
Yep. I'm gonna read this book or spar or whatever. I don't know.
Ellie's going to help with freaking the ship and that stuff, mostly because she wants to learn how to freaking sail. It's interesting to her. For now, she's going to help sail for the rest of the day. Tomorrow, she's going to tinker the fuck out of everything.
I'll probably be chilling with Azar if he's reading.
Yeah, I'll read more about my book on poisons.
Oh, it's study jam.
Nice. Gotta get snacks.
Oh, right, you asked for Ellie's help on that, so no, I wouldn't be. Yeah. So Ellie will be helping with that too, so that would happen real quick.
So I guess we're moving on.
Are we, though?
Unless anybody else has anything they want to say.
So, unfortunately for today, I am all sorts of drugged.
Yeah, so we
I'm
can't
also
really continue
all,
story.
yeah, I'm all sorts of kerfuddled with stuff. So, you guys can stay here and, you know,
Converse
play as
on.
long as you want, but I'm going to be straight up honest with you. If I tried to DM today, I'd
Ew.
probably end up barfing.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we'll use whatever time we have now to discuss, like, oh, hey, how do you want this and that, like, and how it's made and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Since this is such an all-session session.
Yeah, it's not like.
So first order of business, fucking help. I'm going at least going to be helping freaking Azure with his spear first because that's probably going to be the easiest thing to work with.
I'll hand it over and then get to reading.
So she's going to probably just find out which plants would be best and which would not, weigh it down and how it keep it from being able to pierce. And she'll probably be using her tools and stuff like that to just make small channels for the plant to just hook onto and not let go. And since it will be technically the next day that she would be asking for this and that stuff, she probably changed a lot of spells around so she can, grow plants and that stuff and
So
do a lot of fancy things.
this is my brain right now.
Oh, you putting an image?
Yeah, I put it in general.
Oh, a Game Grumps thing.
Oh God, no, 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 no! Please, no! That thing lasted too fucking long.
House in the middle of us.
No, in the middle of our house, middle of our house. It gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Because it starts going weird with the freaking images.
Yeah.
It's shit posting basically. I don't know why they posted. Anyway. Ladies. So I'm going to roll tinkering. Hey, it's good. Your spear isn't fucked.
It's good.
Hooray.
So now you actually have a plant channel thing on your spear end. And she's been trying to make sure that it doesn't fuck with the weight too much, so like when you swing it or thrust it, it doesn't feel off in hand.
Thrust it.
So I'm curious, Joe. I'm very curious, Joe. Do you have at hand what the strength requirement of the War Cleaver is?
That's probably an 18.
Ellie's not gonna be able to pick that shit up.
It's pretty heavy.
Okay. That's
So,
a
Joe,
heavy fucking sword. Or
how long would it
axe
take for
thing.
me to make this thing? Is the question.
Wait, did someone ask me a question?
Yes, I said.
Oh.
Would it take me that long to make the channels and stuff like that with the plant-based thing I'm trying to do?
Are we still in session or?
Not
Softly,
really.
I haven't really stopped recording, but
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, well.
we're not. We can say that we're like done and go
Yeah,
off to
I
do the
think we're all
crafting.
kind of done eating and branching off and doing our own
Like we
stuff.
did our
Yeah.
bonding
Huh.
bit.
Eating.
And now we're just like talking to each other, working.
Eating,
things out.
more like throwing food at Yin.
No, we're not throwing.
Because you
Well,
No.
Eating.
No,
I said that because I can't eat food.
oh,
You know what you can
Fun.
do though is go drink some water.
Or,
Yeah, dude.
delicious iced tea.
or
Hey.
protein shakes.
No,
It's whey.
I actually can't have my protein shakes right now.
Oh,
It's
It gives me
way.
severe diarrhea.
Anyway. I was asking
Anyway.
what
I mean, I know TMI, but still, it's really bad.
Yeah.
I figured.
Actually, I'm just gonna make a bunch of roll for working on everything and see how long that would take in days. Oh God.
Well, that's not helping.
Apparently, working with Nala's freaking thing is actually easier than frickin' the bandoliers, apparently.
Well,
It is a giant frickin' serpent.
if I'm
so-
there, I can tell you what,
well,
where the
we need to
strengths
protect it
and
for-
weaknesses are.
Yeah.
Why can't I think of names right now? I'm sorry, my brain is really fucked up. OG, you want to go into private
Sure.
chat real quick?
Sure.
Okay.
If you want to type it out, if it's easier for you, doesn't matter.
Nah, I don't mind talking.
Hey. So you're gonna have to explain to me not explain. Tell me the statistics of this Dragonstone thing. I'm a hoodoo.
Oh, right. we have to
Oh,
make it-
Yen.
Yeah.
So I made what is essentially a Dragonstone staff template. It would be
Okay.
you would need to do arcane work on it to actually
Yeah.
make it a
That-
staff. It would be a +2 weapon, and fire
Okay.
enchantments take a lot less time.
Okay.
Miyako's bow is also made out of that
I
material.
alt-tabbed and clicked off the screen. Fucking. That was weird. Anyway. If you're gonna, you have to make spell channels and that stuff onto the freaking staff, so might have to. You
Oh,
need
yeah,
to
I'm
use your
gonna
arc-
go ahead and end the recording thing because
Well,
we're
I can
done with that.
enchant it.